Just have a look.
Okay, Philip, we just had Rosalind in here who's telling us about his delight about signing his new contract. From your point of view, how happy are you to have that all settled?
Yeah, clearly I'm happy about that. I talked about it the last couple of weeks. I think it's a young talent, comes out of academy here. He's a fan of Rangers. All his family is. He did good things in the minutes he played. He works hard in training. It's somebody who wants to become better. He made a good international debut. So it's an important thing. It's also, I think, an important signal as a club also, that a player who was really popular on the market, that he wants to stay here and that he stays here. And I think he will have a bright future here if he continues what he's been doing until now.
How active were you in terms of convincing him, or was that more the club as a whole?
I always see it as a whole. And of course, I had also some talks with Ross.
How much are you looking forward to this big game tomorrow, and how important is it now for you in terms of going forward, staying in European football?
Probably you guys get bored about me already after 5 weeks, but I've repeated that already every time because it's my philosophy, it's my way of life, it's who I am. For me, every game is important. So I don't feel more importance for tomorrow than it was 3 days ago or 2 weeks ago. Every game is important. And I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward, of course, to playing in Ibrox with a full stadium, with all the fans behind us. That gives something extra. But I'm looking forward to every game.
Given Aris won the last time out, how tough a challenge do you expect it to be?
It's a tough challenge because it's a difficult team, because they attack with a lot of numbers. They have a lot of speed in the team. They have several players with an individual action who can, with one action, decide the game. They play in a way that's less predictable than other teams, because the attacking part is more chaotic, more based on individual qualities than on collective things. So we need to play a really good organized game, and then I don't say a defensive game, but we need to be smart in all the situations to react in a good way. If we attack and they keep 6 players up front, we cannot go with 7 players, because then it's 6 against 3 if we lose the ball. So important things to keep a good balance in the team against them.
Obviously, Philippe, it wasn't you in charge the last time they played, but how much you look back at that game, and how did you expect the match to be tomorrow night?
Of course, I look back those games. It's always interesting to see our players, how they reacted, what they did. Asked also what the instructions were for that game. So we want to do a few things different than it was for that game. That's clear.
You said that every game is important as the next one. You want to win every match, but how big could it be?
You guys say that also, that we have to win every game. Yeah. So we agree about that.
Well, how crucial could it be? How big could it be for you to seal qualifications tomorrow night?
For me, never talk about me. It's always about us. It's good. Yeah, of course, if you can qualify with still 1 game to play, it's a big thing. There's not many teams in Europe who can qualify already now. So it's a big thing if you can do that. But we know we still have 2 games to do that. But we're going to grab it with 2 hands to try to do it tomorrow evening. No, with 3 hands, because I expect the hand of the fans also.
You mentioned looking back on the previous match, do you get that sense, that determination from the players that they are ready to go out and right a few wrongs from the last game?
I don't want that they think about that, about the last game, because it always can create some negativity in your head. Or no, I want that they continue what they've been doing until now. In a lot of moments, really good. In Aberdeen, the first 15 minutes, not good, and we had a really good meeting around that. The things that went wrong, and the things that went well the 75 minutes later on. And what's the difference? So that's a new lesson for all the group, not only the players who are on the pitch. And like this, we will make our story stronger and stronger the next couple of weeks, and for sure the next couple of months. And that's the normal way in a football club.
Philippe, is that one of the things that you have to work on this team, that mental aspect of making sure they don't start games slow, that they come out with the intensity that you think they can reach it?
Yeah, but that's fan talk. It's easy to say intensity and will, and because that was there, but we made wrong decisions. Our positioning was not good. With the ball, we did also things first 50 minutes not good. What we did later on, much better. Because of that, we created also chances. So for sure, it was not a thing that the players didn't want, or they thought, oh, we go to Aberdeen and it's going to be easy. And no, it's also because of the things Aberdeen did in the beginning of the game. So we need to do the right things in our positioning, in how we play a ball, where we play a ball, how we run, all those things. Those need to be good. And of course, with the highest intensity and with the power and all these things. So it's not only about running and fighting, it's much more.
Philippe, can I ask how important European football is to you this season, given that you're juggling other things? You've got a League Cup final, you're trying to chase down Celtic. If you win tomorrow night, you've got European football beyond Christmas. Is that important to you and the club? And if so, in what sense?
Yeah, I want ambitious people here in the building. I want to create winners, and winners are for me people who always want to win, not one competition or two, but they want to win everything they do. They want to win in every training. So I cannot put priorities into one competition, because then I don't create winners. So that's the thing for tomorrow. Next game, going full, and knowing if you can win that, you make a really big step, because you can play in Europe after January. It's an important thing for the club, for the players also. Everybody likes to play in Europe with all the attention and all Europe watching these games. Of course, for careers of players, it's a good thing also. And as a club, it's also important to make good European results, because it gives stature to your club. So it's an important evening.
Are you a believer that playing in the higher you set the bar, the better effect it has on your domestic form as well, because you're playing maybe tougher teams, obviously, and if you're in Europe?
Yeah, but it doesn't give guarantees. You can win against Barcelona one day, and 3 days later, if you don't have the right mentality, you can lose against Ross County also. That's also football. So it doesn't give guarantees, but of course those are good experiences, and you need to try to get that rhythm that you play in Europe also into your domestic games, and like this become better as a team.
Philippe, do you think you've got a strong enough squad to compete in Europe after Christmas and challenge for the title and the Scottish Cup? Or do you think if you get into the knockout rounds of Europe, you will have the strength to challenge for everything?
How long am I here now? 5 weeks. So it's still 5 weeks, at least until January. So I'm only halfway that journey to really make good decisions around that. There are a few players that I even didn't see yet on the pitch to play games, or who trained 2 or 3 times in these 5 weeks. So to make a clear opinion about all the squads, it's not realistic to do it now for the moment. Of course, we have ideas, and we talked about that, and we are looking at things as a club, because there's also quite an unbalance in the squad, that in some positions you have a lot of players, in some not. So those are things to look towards for January, and the rest, it's going to be very interesting these next 5 weeks, how all the players will perform.
How was the squad for tomorrow night? Who is out and who's back from this game?
Yeah, there are a few players out because they're not on the list. So not so nice thing to say, but I need to repeat it every time. because those are players who already did good things last couple of weeks. For the rest, doesn't change too much. So Raskin will not be back yet. Ryan Jack will not be back yet. And Scott Wright, it's a doubt. He's been sick, but he's also been struggling a little bit muscular. So we're going to see if he's in the selection or not tomorrow.
Philippe, can I ask you, the IFAB, International Football Association Board, is talking about introducing sin bins into football. They want to trial it. What's your thoughts on that?
That's for me a difficult thing, because I think it becomes a little bit a circus then, with players coming in and out constantly during a game. I think some people are already protesting against VR because it stops the game and the referee needs to go out and in, but it makes the game more honest. So you need to see the negative things are, for me, less than the positive things in that way, that you get more honest results at the end. So I'm positive about that. But if players need to go out for 2 minutes, 5 minutes, I don't know why. How much time? Because of a yellow card and come in. What is the moment to come in? It's already difficult for the moment if you have an injured player and you restart and he's on the sideline. It's already difficult to get them in sometimes. And it's a big discussion with the referees, because where is the ball and what is the danger and whatever. So I think it would create more fuss than is necessary.
I know you're in favour of VAR, but there's talk about also using VAR more for different decisions than they currently do. Is that something you would like, or would that stop the game more again?
I don't think it's good to stop the game more than it is now. I think it's necessary to be really good in the important decisions. All the other decisions, because there are a lot of decisions in football game, I think also one of the charms of the game is that there are discussions. I think you guys like that, the fans like that also, to discuss about things after a game. So if we stop all the time, you don't get a fluent football anymore, and then you destroy the game also. I'm really fan about making the critical decisions, that it's really clear as far as it's possible, because there is always in some decision a gray area. In that way, yes, but if it's more, not.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Please.